Mother Machine is an attempt at creating a roguelike cooperative platformer. And while it can feel a little bit clunky in spots, this game does have some very original ideas to it and could be a great co-op game for you and up to 3 other friends. There won't be any background audio for this one simply because we did play this co-op, so you would still be hearing voices as we're trying to talk. In Mother Machine, we play as the kind of gremlin offsprings of a giant machine, aka Mother Machine, who is tasking us to explore a planet to find satellites and outposts to activate them in order to explore more of the world and learn about what has happened to this strange land. At the beginning, you'll create your character and choose from one of 3 preset mutations. The mutations in this game are kind of like your special power. Each creature gets one, and you can swap them out as you unlock more as you play. As I said in the stinger, this is going to be a co-op focused experience for up to 4 players at one time, and there is drop in and drop out multiplayer included. Now, you can play the single player as well, but the game definitely works best for the co-op experience. Now, while we were playing this one, there's definitely some very unusual cues or similarities to Deep Rock Galactic. When you start playing, the game will kind of randomly swap or choose from different mission types, as well as different difficulties. The higher the difficulty, the more meta progression and story progression you'll be able to make doing that mission. People can kind of join random lobbies, or you can set your own. Once you're in the mission, your job is going to be to collect various crystals. These are kind of your currency for the map. You can trade them in at specific stations to gain benefits like more health, faster recharge on your powers, that kind of thing. And you'll turn them in at the very end of a mission in order to get bonus kind of meta currency. Now, the meta currencies themselves are tied to cosmetics and mutations, and there's separate resources for both. The mission variety grows as you get further in, as well as the different permutations that can happen. And again, it does have that similar Deep Rock Galactic style, where as you get further in, more randomized and more dangerous events can be added to the procedural generation. When you just start playing this one, the first set of maps are going to be very basic in their approach, but as you get further in, the maps will grow bigger and things will get more dangerous. Now, the main focus on this one is going to be platforming. Your creatures can run, punch, jump, climb on almost any surface, and you'll be able to use several of your mutations to influence that. So at one point, I had this kind of super sticky vomit that I can launch onto any surface, and anyone who climbs on that has infinite stamina while they're on it. While my friend Thorn chose healing farts, that when you're in the fart cloud, you regenerate health, which is incredibly powerful in a game like this when you're trying to fight off all manner of baddies. There are some basic puzzles, but we didn't get a chance to see too much if there's anything like ultra advanced in this one. At the end of every map, you must activate the kind of satellite outpost, and then make your way to the exit before all heck breaks loose. But from what we played, the exit and the satellite are relatively close. And again, it's hard to tell whether or not that changes as you get further in. I really like the look of this one. The creatures have this kind of claymation aesthetic or tone to them. It reminds me a lot of the kind of design we saw from Spore from back in the day, with kind of how the creatures flesh and all that look and are also shiny in that Unreal Engine sheen. With that said, there are some issues with this one. With this being multiplayer focus, if you're just playing this by yourself, the general mechanics don't feel all that involved. There's only so much you can really do as one player. Since you're only limited to one mutation per character, it means that at most you're only going to have 4 powers if you have 4 people playing. It can feel a little bit weird as well with how the powers work. You see, you get powers that allow for easier movement, again, like being able to set up stickies. You can also maybe generate ropes or make jumping easier. But you see, unlike Deep Rock, where the different powers are intrinsically designed to the level design, in that the levels are built under the idea that you're going to have each one of the dwarven classes in it. Here, the game doesn't do that. So there's never really a need or a want to use these powers if you know what you're doing in terms of platforming. They seem to be more for people who maybe aren't as good at platforming as they may be at kind of the punching and working with a team. But for expert players, it can start to feel a bit samey as you're going through these maps, at least at the start. We played up until kind of getting into chapter 2 of the story, fighting kind of like a quote-unquote boss fight as well. It's still a lot of fun, and like I said, this game definitely works the best in multiplayer, as you're free to explore. This is fully online, there's no, like, everyone is locked to a single screen. So if you, your friend, and your other friends want to just go in 4 different directions and complete all the objectives at once, you can certainly do that. Again, I think Mother Machine works best for a co-op experience. If you're just playing the single player, there's not enough depth, I feel, to these mechanics to keep you invested for long. With the only meta progressions being new mutations and new cosmetics, it's not like you're unlocking like major elements or major game-changing things outside of the story progression, which again, there will be a hard limit to that once you get to the very end. But if you do have friends who are interested in doing some co-op platforming, and don't mind the wackiness and zaniness that can ensue with it, then I would definitely give this one a play. So with that, we're going to wrap up this review here. This was Play with a Press Key provided by the developer. If you took your game for a future stream and video, please reach out, and let me know what you think about this one down below. And for anyone who did play more of this, how do things evolve, or do they evolve, in terms of mechanics or more events in the procedural generation? But for right now, that's going to do it, and I will see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and if you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.